Ava wiped sweat from her forehead as she scrubbed the office floor. At 55, her back ached more than it used to, but she kept working with a smile on her face. The office workers often noticed how cheerful she was, always humming softly as she cleaned. "Good morning, Ava," called Michael from accounting as he walked by with his coffee. "Good morning, sir," Ava replied with a bright smile. "Beautiful day today, isn't it?" Michael nodded, somewhat surprised by her enthusiasm on this ordinary Tuesday. The sky outside was actually quite gray. Every day, Ava arrived at 5 a.m. to clean the offices before everyone came to work. By 2 p.m., she would head home to care for her husband, Robert, who had been bedridden for 3 years after his stroke. Their only son had died in an accident 10 years ago, and their daughter had passed away from illness shortly after. Despite these tragedies, Ava never complained. One day, Lisa, a young janitor who had recently joined the cleaning staff, sat with Ava during lunch break. She had been watching Ava for weeks, puzzled by her constant cheerfulness. "Ava, can I ask you something?" Lisa said hesitantly. "Of course, dear. What's on your mind?" Ava put down her simple sandwich. "How do you stay so happy all the time? I know about your husband being sick and everything else you've been through. I would be so angry at life if I were you." Ava's smile softened as she looked at the young woman. "You know, when I was your age, I used to get upset about small things. A rude customer, a bad hair day, a broken washing machine." She chuckled. "But life taught me something important." She took a sip of her tea before continuing. "Each day passes whether I choose to be happy or sad. Each day is exactly 24 hours. So I ask myself, would I rather spend those hours feeling miserable or finding reasons to smile?" Lisa frowned slightly. "But your problems are real. Isn't that just pretending?" "Maybe at first," Ava admitted. "When Robert first got sick, I would force myself to smile, even when I wanted to cry. I would look in the mirror and practice smiling until it felt less fake." She gently touched Lisa's hand. "But here's the strange thing. When you pretend to be happy long enough, your mind starts to find real reasons for happiness. I noticed the flowers growing by the sidewalk, the kind words from a stranger, the taste of good bread. Small joys become bigger when you're looking for them." "But how do you deal with the hard times? The really bad days?" Lisa asked. "Oh, I still have them," Ava said. "Last month, when Robert had a bad turn and ended up in the hospital again, I cried all night. But in the morning, I washed my face, found my smile, and kept going. Life is too short to spend it waiting for perfect conditions to be happy." Lisa thought about this. "Isn't that exhausting, though? Always trying to be positive." "Less exhausting than carrying anger and sadness everywhere I go," Ava replied simply. "Besides, nobody wants to be around someone who's always complaining. My smile has brought me friendships that have helped me through my hardest times." In the following weeks, Lisa began to notice how people responded to Ava, how other cleaners sought her advice, how office workers knew her by name while ignoring other cleaning staff. Ava had created a community around herself with nothing but kindness and a determined smile. One rainy morning, Lisa found Ava staring out the window, her usual smile missing. "Bad day?" Lisa asked gently. Ava turned, surprised, then slowly smiled. "Robert had a rough night. I'm tired." "You don't have to pretend with me," Lisa said. "I'm not pretending," Ava replied. "I'm choosing. Life is too short and too precious. Each day is a gift, even the hard ones." She picked up her cleaning cart and added, "Happiness isn't about having a perfect life. It's about finding perfect moments in an imperfect life. Now, shall we get these floors shining?" As they worked side by side, Lisa began to understand that Ava's happiness wasn't naive or fake. It was a deliberate choice made every single day, a quiet strength that had carried her through life's darkest moments. "Life is too short," Ava often said. "You can spend it complaining about the darkness or lighting small candles wherever you go. I prefer candles." 单字 scrub 油脂用印刷、肥皂和水擦洗、刷洗。Verb to rub something hard in order to clean it, especially using a stiff brush, soap, and water. Bedridden 因病或受伤，卧床不起的。Adjective. Having to stay in bed because of illness or injury.